Hey, I'm back, and it's another do-it-yourself prop episode, so let's get started. Alright everybody, here I am again with another DIY prop episode, and I hope you like my first one. I've got a lot of good comments on that one. Today I want to talk about something that you might not think about when you're making DIY props, and that is failed DIY props. And what I mean by that is you make something, you sit down, you have the plans for it, you have the recipe of the build all worked out, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it just fails. And it's happened to me before. Like, most of the stuff that I've showed you have been really good props that turn out really well because they were either just a well thought through design or they just came to me on the right point where they were like, yeah, that's just the way this is supposed to be. Now once again, this video is going to run longer than the other ones due to the fact that I've got to show you guys some stuff and explain it to you. So let's get just an example of a failed prop. I wanted to do a couple of guns. And this was when I was first doing my Maverick and so on. But I wanted a rifle of some type. Wanted something that I could use for a close-up, but at the same time could be used in a long shot or in a group shot or whatever. So I went looking for a rifle. The best place to look for any type of gun to start off with is just in your local retail store. Guns that toy guns are good, airsoft guns are really good. Even water guns can work. I've made a couple of things out of just water guns. But every so often you find those ones that really stick out and you say, this is the one I want. So for $10 at the retail store that I work at, I picked up this gun. You can't really see this gun due to the fact that it's a little long. But it is a bolt action rifle. It is a toy gun. It does make toy sounds. Originally this gun was orange with a white stock, which made it really, really stupid looking. The reason I got sold on this gun was not because of the sound, but it was because of the lever action. The reason I like the lever action on this toy, and the reason I use this base for a prop, is the fact that, one, it's a working bolt, and plus, the inner chamber actually will eject shells. I don't have any shells on me, so I can't show you the ejection, but basically you place one in the chamber here. You place one in the barrel here. As the slide is placed forward, it locks it in place. Now then, when you open the slide up, the bullet flies out. And then you can return it, close it, and the bullet will fly out again. Now it's only good for 2 shots, but that's good enough for 1 take in my impression. The point being is this is a failed prop. The reason this was a failed prop was because I did not think before I painted. First off, this is plastic. You can't use just any paint with plastic. Alright? Normal spray paint is going to make it tacky, it's going to make it filmy, it's also going to give off a dust that when you rub your finger on it, it's going to leave a little mark. So this was a failed prop. I even actually painted the slide. As you can see here, you can almost see some of the mishaps on it. Am I getting that in there really good? Yeah, there it is right there. You can actually see where it's nicked up and stuff. And what it is you've got to understand undercoating. It's just like with my Maverick gun. If you're going to do a gun and you're going to turn around and you're going to weather it to make it look like it's old, you got to put down a base coat. Plus, like I said, the paint's got to work on plastic. The best thing I found so far is, I can't even show it to you because I can't show the brand name, but it is a spray paint especially for plastic. Now, the point being is, you don't want it all nasty and tacky. Also, you see that nice wood color right there? Now it's almost rubbed in, right? Okay, believe it or not, the person that saved this prop was actually the wifey. She's an excellent painter. She sat down, she painted a matte, flat, black, see, I can't say black. A matte, flat black across the entire barrel. She went down, painted matte, flat black here and here. Turn around. This was all painted brown. She then rubbed it into, and it came with this nice wood green texture. So she really rubbed it in there, made it good. Black. The back is black. You can unbolt here to take up batteries and stuff like that. Then she went in and touched the bolt up a little bit. It slides much more easier now than it did. Very clean, very fast. But it's an example of a failed prop. Put this away. We'll start talking again about something else. sometimes you find a build that's so fantastic that it just leaps up, it just goes, oh my god, I need to make one of those. And that's what happened with this next one. See, I was online the other night, and I was looking for some new type of prop, and I like looking for recipe builds that I can build on. Like somebody can give me an idea, and I can make it grow into something else. And there's a very young kid, well, I want to say young kid, he's probably 13 or 14, and he had a video up on YouTube. You can probably find it if you look for do-it-yourself T-Virus. And basically he made a T-Virus container from the Resident Evil movies. And it looked pretty good. He has problems with it, you know, he couldn't figure out how to get liquid inside the tubes, but at the same time he just, you know, it just looked really cool. It was really cheap to make. And I'll explain how to make it, and you know, and you can see what happened to mine. But then with props, you always got to think about the positive side of it. What can you make out of what you made? And so here we go. This is my failed prop turned good prop. This is my T-Virus. And from a distance it doesn't look quite bad, but here's the deal. Here's how to make this. Glass, this whole thing is a vase from my local retail shop that was $2. Okay? The ends are capped with duct tape. They're just painted with a very high metallic silver paint. Inside is just a piece of airline from a aquarium that's just been coiled. Let me tell you something. The hardest thing to do in life is to coil aluminum or aquarium air tubing inside something this small. Here's the problem. Don't ever use super glue. Something on the inside of this glass tube reacted with the super glue that glues the tubing inside it. So when I finished this and I put these two capped ends on here and I started to paint them, there was actually paint's still a little tacky. There was actually nothing here. It was all clear. And as you can see, you get close enough, you see how milky it looks in there? It looks like something's been rubbed all over the inside. So I thought, man, that's a failure. I can't have that. That's just dumb. I can't use that. Then I went and I slept on it. I slept an entire night. I woke up this morning. I got ready to go to work and I thought about it. And I looked up and I thought, that's not a failed canister. That's a ruptured, damaged canister. See, now, just by using my brain a little bit, I could use that on film. I could use that as a ruptured T-Virus cylinder if I wanted to. I know what I did wrong and what to do right the next time. But once more, it's all experimentation, and that's what I keep telling everybody. It's all experimentation. When you think you've got something you can build, then go ahead and try to build it. But when someone tells you that it doesn't look right, or you know, you look at it and you just think it's over because I can't make this work for anything on camera. Never ever think that, because like I told you last time, a friend of mine watched the last video and didn't even realize that there were props for close-ups, there were props for medium shots, and there were props for far shots. He had no idea, and he's been making films for a while, and it's because no one's ever sat down and told anybody that. There's not a way of just looking out and finding these things out unless you look up filming tutorials. And so, in essence, those are the two I wanted to show you. And now, just for the added bonus, I'm going to show you one more before we leave. This I do not consider a failed prop. This I consider a prop that needs to be worked on. And that is my Halo pulse rifle. Gonna have to show you. It's kind of a very large piece. So, the way it looks there on the end. Okay, there's the back. If you can tell, which you should be able to tell, that's a cap. Because this is a water gun. It's one big, huge water gun that I got on sale. And the slide very easily pops out if you want to do something there. Basically, I weathered it just a little bit, and I need to go back and I need to do detail work, and that's the thing. This right here is a long shot prop, but could be turned into a close-up prop with just a little detailing here and along these designs. But you see how just a coat of spray paint turned this really gaudy water gun into a decent looking pulse rifle. At the same time, it has no trigger. I'm holding it where you can see the point there. Yeah, see, it has no trigger. And so, you can't really fire it or nothing, but it does look good when you hold it up. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, you guys, that's been me for the DIY props video number 2. Hopefully I'll have some new stuff to show you guys next time we do this. And keep telling me about your builds. Keep telling me about what you think. Keep telling me if you like my builds. And if you don't, forget you. Because I don't care. Anyway, it's me. Be seeing you.